Hi everyone, this is Dean. Welcome back to my channel. Please comment, share, and subscribe. My camera is having some issues, so I'm gonna hope this is gonna be all right. It's a little bit dim outside because it's about to rain. Otherwise, thank you. Please comment, share, and subscribe. Today's channel, I'm going to mention to you the kind of characteristic or personality of an expat who does well in the Philippines, okay, to retire or to go for an employment. All right, so it really depends on that personality, because when you go off, your personality goes with you, right? Philippines would not change their ways because you are there, okay? You have to change your ways. Number one characteristic is you have to be adventurous in a lot of ways, okay? Because after 3 months of adventure, you have it, then you go off, you get miserable, you go back to where you came from, and that's not gonna be a good retirement, because it costs you a lot of money to go to the Philippines, and then you're gonna go back in 3 months because you're unhappy. Every day is adventure in the Philippines. There's a lot of disorders in the Philippines. You learn how to modify stuff, okay, to be able to live there. So every day is adventure. Number two, you have to be frugal in a lot of ways, frugal or cheap. If your budget especially is minimal budget, so you do well in the Philippines because you can stretch your budget very well, okay? So number three is you have to have knowledge, at least with social skills and human behavior, so you know how to be flexible and patient. So those kind of skills that you have would help you adjust better and understand why people act differently. So why Filipinos are very late sometimes on some community gatherings, because that's what they are, and why Filipinos dress differently. And you have to know all those things, and you can read a lot of that in books also. That would help you out. And number four, you have to have good organizational skills. People who has good grasp on their planning, on their taxes, visa, passport, and knows the rules and regulation in the country will do better, because they will not get or caught in unaware that their papers are already expired. Okay, it's time to get out of the country and renew their visa. So people who are very good on that, then they will it would help them live better there and less stressful. All right, another one is flexibility and patience. I mentioned that earlier, but anyway, some people do not like to eat the food, you know, that they're not used to, and they do not want to do things that they're not used to. But if you're flexible and patient, you would be able to modify and be able to try other kind of stuff, like other kind of food. So that would help you better. You can cook your own food. So that's how to modify stuff. Another one is you have to have emotional and psychological stability. You know, if you're psychotic, if you have history on that, I think it's better for you to stay in your country. The reason for that is Philippines is so full of stress. There's a lot of stressors there that can trigger your psychosis, like the sound system in the Philippines. People love to make noises, the traffic, the pollutions, and all those stressful conditions can trigger a psychotic episode, and that's not going to be good. So you have to have that kind of characteristic, that you have to be mentally sound to go to the Philippines. And I guess I have touched a lot of traits already. Let me see. Language skills. That's another one, that you have to know the communication, or a little bit of the communication, way of communication in the Philippines, or language. in that way you can get along better. All the Philippines is 40% English speakers, so that would help you better, but you have to know some of that, okay? And I'm gonna teach my husband little bit of basic basic way of communication in the Philippines. And otherwise, I guess that's, and another one that would help you also, if you have basic knowledge in farm, gardening, and carpentry, troubleshooting cars, because in the Philippines, anything can break anytime. So if you have those background, you can troubleshoot. Like if your pipe go burst in the middle of the night, then you can do it on your own. You don't go bizarre than trying to overcome the situation. Or if your car would not start in the middle of nowhere, you'd be able to help yourself, or a lot of stuff. So those basic knowledge can help you thrive in a third world country. In fact, you can also help those people understand new farming skills maybe, or you can help them with their skills in daily living. Anyway, I mentioned this to you to help out and to give you a little grasp of the kind of personalities that a person should have, at least majority of those, so that you can live happily and retire in the Philippines. Okay, good luck guys, and have a nice day. Bye bye.